Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my March favorites. I've been a little bit behind with the monthly favorites, but they do change from month to month, but sometimes they stay exactly the same. So I do want to include products I've been loving because there were some interesting combinations this time. As you know, I've been testing out and been loving this Chanel Le Base Illuminatrice. It really does extend the wear of makeup. I've been trying it with foundations, comparing the foundations to each other, and the result on the foundation wear is different using that. It's definitely extended the wear. Plus it's got some filtering effects, it's got some blurring, it's got some perfecting, plumping. Really amazing things to help the foundation perform and look even better, so I love that. I've also been testing out the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore-Smooth Blur Drops. It's a really long name. I've also been testing this out as a treatment, applying it when I can remember in the morning and in the evening. So I've been testing this out. It really does a nice job of controlling the oil in the front of the face. As it gets warmer, I will continue to try it, but it's a nice lightweight serum texture. And then today we have heavy duty SPF on. I wanted to do a wear test for you. Thank you for letting me know you enjoy the wear test. So I thought this would be a good one to include because I do use this quite often. I don't talk about it much, but it is one of my most frequently repurchased products. I have been using this for years. It's the Even Up SPF 50. It says Clinical Pigment Perfector. And the reason I love it, I'm going to read it to you to make sure it's correct. It says it's lightly tinted and clinically tested to diminish the appearance of discoloration and immediately blur stubborn brown spots while protecting against future sun damage with SPF 50. So I'm really, really passionate about making sure I got SPF on every day. And this one is the most heavy duty. And I know that because when I go to wash my face, I use a washcloth, I can see that it really takes some effort to remove this. So even with some water on, it's not like running down the sink. It does take effort to remove it. So I like that about this. Plus I like the discoloration piece. So it is more of a perfected look because it does cover my skin for sure. It's not letting skin show through, but for SPF, I don't want my skin to be exposed to the sun. So I got this on underneath, and when you see the Get Ready With Me, it's going to look like it's not gonna come together, but all of the other products that I put on really help. So I have that on, as well as the COLORESCIENCE Total Eye SPF 35, because this area is so delicate. It is important to keep this area protected from the sun as well. So I have this on underneath my other makeup. I'm currently in the middle of a wear test for that. So when you see the Get Ready With Me, I'm also going to include a wear test. Hopefully many, many hours of wear on this so you can see what that looks like. But I definitely trust COLORESCIENCE with SPF. Even though that leaves a white cast on me, I didn't go in with foundation today. I went in with a combination that one of you told me about. Please let me know if it was you. But you combined these two products, and I love this both on top of the SPF that I did today, as well as without SPF. It's such a pretty look on the face. We have the Chantecaille Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint here, as well as the Chantecaille Anti-Aging Face Tint. So this face tint is really great as a bronzer for me, or in the summer months when I have a tan. Right now I'm not as tan as I would normally be. I also love this under the eye, under concealer. I think that's really beautiful if you have a concealer that doesn't have any glow. And you let me know combining these together is a really lovely combination. So that's what I have on my face now, so you'll see it with SPF as well. What's surprising about this is that it sets really nicely on its own. I wouldn't anticipate that because this is more like a makeup skincare hybrid, and it feels like a moisturizer going on, but then once it's on, it just really melts into the skin and looks so beautiful. It has a really lovely filtered effect as well. So combining these two is amazing. If you are lighter in your skin tone, you probably could go in with this all over your face, but I really like it in combination. So thank you so much for the tip. I love it. So thank you so much for either direct messaging me or leaving in the comment section below your tips for application, because I do learn so much from you. We've got all the usual suspects when it comes to concealer. I have on the Clé de Peau in Mocha for my dark spots here in the front. I keep saying this, but you'll see in the Get Ready With Me that I don't actually need a lot of concealer between the SPF and the Chantecaille products. And then I went in with the Chanel Under Eye Concealer. It's so good, in number 40. And I didn't need any glow under my eyes under this concealer because it does have built-in glow. It's very subtle, but it's there. And then we've got this La Prairie in 04 as well, just targeted in that darkest spot, just right here. You can see it bouncing off the light right now. Speaking of concealers, I used all three of the Sephora concealer brushes. have become favorites of mine. So the under eye, because of this unique shape, I love it. It really just buffs everything in really nicely. It's the number 71 for under the eye. And then we have the number 57 for these larger spots. And this is probably one of the larger concealer brushes I've seen. And because I have such a large area right here to conceal, it makes sense that my concealer brush is larger too. And then there's this one, number 45, and it's for blemishes, but I use it here, right in that area, because the La Prairie brush got stuck in there. There was a brush in here, but for some reason I got stuck. So I thought, let me find something else. So this, I just flip it this way so it's more narrow and I can apply it like this. So these have been really great. For bronzer, I rediscovered the Guerlain bronzer. This is in 03. It's a lovely one. It's got a beautiful tone to it, especially if you are looking for bronzers that are not red. Guerlain has really beautiful bronzers. And then nothing new here with powders. Chantecaille's Perfect Blur Powder. And we also have the Chantecaille Perfect Blur Glow Powder. So both of these are on my face right now. Powders also do a lot to help with the fixing of the white cast by the SPF. But also you can see, even right now, I'm sure you could see it, a little bit of a whitish, bluish kind of hue, the way the light is bouncing, because it picks it up on camera, but doesn't necessarily pick it up in real life. So if I look at it right here, I can't see the same tones that are being picked up in the camera. So I don't see that bluish whitish cast, especially right here. Now that I've said it, you probably won't not see this again, but it is showing up on my forehead on camera, but not in real life. For eyes, we have the eyeshadow sticks I've been trying. I'm loving eyeshadow sticks again, and I just needed to try them out again to remember. I will be testing more eyeshadow sticks for you. In fact, I don't know if it's gone up already, but Victoria Beckham, Hourglass, I've got those coming in. So we'll do a comparison amongst the eyeshadow sticks. I'm so glad they're coming out with them because it's so convenient. But we have here Taupe in the crease, and this one is by Bobbi Brown. Then we have a Laura Mercier in Kahki on the eye, so that's that deeper shade on there. And then we also have Mica, which is a more glowy finish, and that's right in the center of the eyes. I went in with the Hourglass in Forest. I tightlined with that. So that's what I've got on the eyes. Really quick, really simple. We're gonna wear test that as well. And then we've got the Chantecaille Faux Longest Lash Mascara. And I still love the Tower 28, but this is a daytime wear, so I wanna especially take advantage of all the peptides that are in here and have that on during the day. So that's when I especially pull for the Chantecaille, is when I have it for an extended amount of time on my eyes. So that's why I picked the Faux Longest Lash Mascara. So if I'm not going to wear mascara very long, I will pull for this one though, the Tower 28, because this doesn't have the peptides. And since I have this, I want to take full advantage of those peptides. Of course, the Buff and Blur brush with the powders. For my blush combination today, I was happy I was reminded of this. I've been talking about it a little bit recently. It's number 72 by Chanel, Rose Initiale. And then we've got on top here, this just fixes everything. Not that this needed fixing, but I needed to blend it in a little bit more to my skin tone and just wanted a pop of color of this number 72. So we got Valentino number 9. I think this gets an award for most appearances, but I just perfected with that. And you could see how it just blends in and melts with the skin. And then for lips, we have the Westman Atelier Lip Balm Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm. I tried that on in the Get Ready With Me, so you'll see that then, but it's really hydrating. And then I am so glad, again, I took this out. It's 822 by Chanel Le Rouge L'Astray. It's a really pretty spring lip because it's not too bright, but it provides that lovely cool pink tone, which I think goes really well with that cheek. As for fashion favorites, I wanted to include this because I don't always talk about what I'm wearing, but this is a hoodie. Actually, let me make sure my hands are clean. That's the one thing about light colored clothing, is that you can stain it pretty easily. This is a very luxurious elevated basic, but it's by James Perse. It's the waffle knit cotton and cashmere blend hoodie, and I have the sweats that go with it too. It's really cute because I was looking for something that had like a sailor collar on it, and I found one by Neely Lowton, so I have my eye on that. But that one's a little bit impractical because that one's all cashmere and it's such a light color, but I love the way it looks, and plus it's getting warmer, so I'm gonna see if it ever goes on sale. But this is very lightweight. It's cotton and cashmere, and it has a waffle knit on it. Now it does say, okay, here's the impractical part about this. It does say to dry clean it. I always question a little bit dry cleaning because I feel like some fabrics, and correct me if I'm wrong, can be hand washed really delicately. I've already washed this. So what I did is I hand washed it, and then I used a towel to wring out the excess water, and then I let it air dry, and then I went over it with a steamer to kind of fluff it up a little bit, and I feel like it looks just as nice as it did when I first got it. But it's so soft and lightweight. That's what I like about this cotton cashmere blend. It feels nice on the skin. It's in a neutral color, things that I can dress up or dress down. In fact, I've worn this. Gosh, it looks really cute with one of the Chanel jackets I have. It looks really cute with a denim, another Chanel jacket I have. So you can definitely dress this up or down, and it's just really cozy, comfortable, but something I have to look after. There's kind of a balance there about what you want to invest in and how much care you want to take of something. So very careful with the clothing that I invest in, but I also have clothing that I can just put in the washer and dryer. But this is one of my elevated basic, quite luxury pieces. But make sure to tune into the Get Ready with me so you can see everything in action. And if you are as careful about being in the sun as I am and want to make sure you've got that SPF, make sure to tune in so you can see how to work around. That might also help with other SPF products that leave a white cast that you still want to wear, but also don't want it to look like you have so much sunscreen on or so much SPF. So make sure to tune into that video and let me know if you have any tips for me about how you deal with a white cast on the face. I know in this day and age, we probably shouldn't have to deal with it, but because I like a physical SPF, it does tend to come along with a white cast as well. So I'm willing to compromise if I can get that sun protection. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.